for acquisition of 5,000 vehicles for Lagbride project, with 2,000 in first phase. Federal government seeks $50 million World Bank loan for solar projects, prepaid meters. And on the foreign scene, Florida judge throws out former U.S. President Donald Trump's classified document case. And in sports, former Bayern Munich Liverpool player Xherdan Shaqiri retires from international football. Now the news in details. I am Timmy Dayo. Anthony. Lagos State government has signed a landmark joint venture agreement for the acquisition of 5,000 new vehicles for the Lagbride project, with 2,000 to be delivered in the first phase. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu, who witnessed the signing ceremony through the Bile Holdings, said the partnership with Chinese automobile company CIG will ensure safer, more efficient and environmental sustainable transportation solution for Lagos residents. Governor Sanwo-Olu said through a strategic partnership, his administration is bringing transportation solutions to meet the residents' requirement and as well committed to the integrated urban transportation system option through the rail, water, road and in the nearest future, air transportation. He urged more private organizations and businesses to partner the state government by sense of purpose and doggedness.
And so you will see that this partnership is not just an e-hailing service, it's also to provide smart taxis for us to be able to do what we call carpool, for us to be able to solve logistics problems, for us to be able to solve delivery problems, and for us to also have an executive chauffeur and reliable rental services. So it's all bucket put in one service that these interventions will be solving.
Commissioner for Transportation Oluwaseun Osiemi said the new e-hailing Lagbride initiative will provide safe, smart e-mobility transportation system with increased local economy and technologically satisfied service for passengers.
This partnership will have a great economic and social impact on Lagosians through an additional job creation through direct employment in driving, maintenance, and administration roles. It will boost the local economy with increased accessibility, thereby improving the transportation system. It will enhance transportation infrastructure in Lagos.
The Managing Director, Chief Executive Officer of Bile Holdings Limited, Toby Lawal, said the acquisition of 5,000 Lagbride vehicles are in two phases, out of which 1,000 are electric vehicles to enhance smart mobility and e-hailing service, aligning with the theme plus agenda of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's administration to create a safer, cleaner and technologically advanced transportation system for residents. The chairman of the automobile company, Che Dan Cheng, expressed optimism with the partnership and commended Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu for continued effort, support and trust.
Mr. Governor, your continued support and your trust on us. This is really something new, right? Partnership with the sector to build this huge technology platform. Nobody are able to present it now. It's only anything can only be shown in the next 3-5 years.
Our correspondent Adiola Kindele reports that the partnership will increase the fleet to 6,000 and will significantly contribute to the reduction of greenhouse gas emission, promote environmental sustainability, create job opportunities, enhance transportation infrastructure, and position Lagos as a leader to green transportation initiative. Still in Lagos State, the Lagos State government says it will continue to deepen relationships with India culturally, economically, and in the health sector, among others. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu stated this when he received the High Commissioner for India to Nigeria, Sri Balasubramanian, who paid him a courtesy visit at Lagos House, Ikeja. The governor also commended the Indian government for hosting the first set of fellows of the Lateef Jakande Fellowship Academy with the aim of developing future leaders in Nigeria. Governor Sanwo-Olu described Lagos as what Mumbai is to India in terms of economic activities.
It just goes to, to confirm, whilst we need to continue to deepen the relationship, continue to ensure that there are no barriers, need to continue to listen and understand that, ease of doing business, what can make them to make additional investment, but and what are the opportunities for Nigerians as well too in India. I think we need to also be able to, open up and say what can we transport.
Speaking earlier, the High Commissioner of India to Nigeria, Shri Balasubramania, said his country has over $27 billion investment in Nigeria, expressing readiness to strengthen bilateral relationships with Lagos on capacity building, scholarship, the Plus agenda, among other initiatives.
The leadership of my country is very much invested in Nigeria, and that's why you would have perhaps known, Excellency, that even in the beginning of the relationship in 60s, many teachers and many doctors had actually been deputed by India, and many of them have served here till at least the end of 80s in various schools and colleges.
There was a High Commissioner of India to Nigeria. The Lagos State government has classified reports published on various blogs and online news platforms regarding a ban on danfos. Special advisor to Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu on transportation, Shola Giwa, while clarifying the misunderstanding, said it is essential to highlight the initiative is designed to enhance public commuting and better serve the residents of Lagos. Giwa explained that the primary goal of the Bus Reform Initiative, BRI, is to restructure commercial bus operations, noting that as a pilot project, the BRI will introduce mass transit buses for the Lekki-Ekpe corridor. He said downfall buses that conform to the standard of the VIS will operate as mid-capacity buses, while Koroke buses that also meet the standard will be integrated into the first mile, last mile services to serve the interior roads along the stretch from Obalinde to CMS connecting to Aja. Giwa said downfall and Koroke buses will undergo roadworthiness, and drivers will receive professional training at the State Driving Institute, while designated roads will be assigned and compliance will be strictly monitored. The special advisor said an e-ticketing service will be introduced as passenger comfort is top priority, in that the issue of illegal passenger pickup and unauthorized bus stops will be effectively addressed. Lagos State Senior Model College, Mero, and New Era Girls Junior Secondary School, Surulere, have emerged winners of the World Robots Olympiad Finals for junior and secondary schools held in Lagos. The two schools, in addition to trophies and other prizes won, will represent Nigeria at the World Robots Olympiad scheduled to hold in the city of Imsa, Tokiri, in November 2024. The two schools edge out other 50 schools that participated in Robots Olympiad competition at both the preliminary and the finals. While commending the participating schools and their teachers, Commissioner for Basic and Secondary Education, Jamiu Tolani Ali Balogun, reiterated the significance of science education for school children at early stage. He added that the administration of Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu will continue to invest in education and 21st century technology as enshrined in a Think Plus agenda. And now to the rest of the stories. The federal government has sought the assistance of World Bank to provide funding worth $50 million to support state governments for the installation of solar plants pilots and infrastructure upgrades. The Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Wale Edu, spoke on the initiative when he met with the World Bank delegates in Abuja. The minister said the meeting is focused on World Bank-supported initiatives, including the power sector recovery operation and the distribution sector recovery program aimed at improving power distribution and management system to ensure economic growth and development in the nation. Edu further said the program would ensure the rollout of 3.5 million prepaid meters to enhance power distribution and support tariff frameworks, market reforms, and co-financing the transmission company of Nigeria's performance improvement plan. The federal government has reached out an agreement with the United Arab Emirates to allow Nigerian passport holders to obtain visas to travel to the Arab nation. Minister of Information, Mohammed Idris, said this while briefing newsmen following the weekly Federal Executive Council FEC meeting. The announcement comes more than 2 years after the UAE suspended visa issuance to Nigerians following a period of protracted diplomatic row with Africa's most populous nation. It also comes about 2 months after the UAE national carrier Emirates Airline announced the resumption of flights to Nigeria. To recall that the airline said in May that its daily Lagos to Dubai flights will resume on October 1, 2024. And now to foreign news. In a big deal win for Donald Trump, a judge in Florida has thrown out the classified document case against him. Judge Arlene Cannon says the Justice Department's appointment of Special Prosecutor Jack Smith violates the United States Constitution. Trump said this should be the first step in dismissing other criminal cases against him. The former president, in a Mkwalik for the Republican National Convention 2 days after he survived an assassination attempt. Trump is expected to name his running mate, who will become vice president if he wins November's election later in the year. Meanwhile, the fallout from Saturday's shooting continues as the U.S. Homeland Security Secretary says the gunman should never have had a direct line of sight, while the Secret Service Director, Kimberly Chittle, says they are working to prevent an incident like this from ever taking place again. And now to sports. Switzerland's Shadon Shario has announced his retirement from international football after winning 125 caps for the Swiss national team. The 32-year-old midfielder, who plays for Chicago Fire in the United States, is Switzerland's second most capped player after teammate Granit Xhaka on 130 caps. The former Bayern Munich and Liverpool player made his international debut in March 2010 at age 18, representing his country at World Cup and 3 European champions. In what turned out to be his last game for the Nazi, Shabil scored in the penalty shootout as England beat Switzerland 5-3 on penalties, following a 1-1 draw after extra time in the Euro 2024 quarterfinals in Düsseldorf in July 6. Shabil retired in Switzerland's fourth top goal scorer with 32 goals behind Alexander Freer. Just before we go, stay live, make use of pedestrian bridges where available. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms. X, Traffic Radio 961. Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 961 FM. Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch the news and program live on YouTube at Traffic Radio 961. You can also visit our website at www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration initiated 500 hectares rice farm technology intervention project? You can get more details on Lagos State Government's website. To end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. Lagos State Government has signed a landmark joint venture agreement for the acquisition of 5,000 new vehicles for the Library project, with 2,000 to be delivered in the first phase. The federal government has sought the assistance of the World Bank to provide funding worth $50 million to support state governments for the installation of solar plants, pilots, and infrastructure upgrades. We also told you in a big legal win for Donald Trump, a judge in Florida has thrown out the classified document case against him. And in sports, Switzerland's Shadon Shario has announced his retirement from international football after winning 125 caps with Swiss national team. For contact with the newsroom, please send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Adesua Ejoyaka. I am Dayo Anthony. Many thanks for listening and do have an amazing night.